What is up, everybody? Today we are using our wood etcher and our love of the national parks, and we are creating a D20 dice. I know, yes, very nerdy. How dare we? We are taking our love of nerdy gaming and the national parks and creating a D20 dice themed with the national park logos. And I think it's going to be really, really neat when it's finished. And when we're finished, I have a surprise that we're going to do with this. I think it'll be a lot of fun. I can't wait to share it with you. So here it is, being printed out with the laser. It's burning the wood in putting the different logos on it. Here is the 3D printer that's making the inside pieces that the wood is going to end up screwing to. So it has to have something to attach so it keeps its shape. So Pete 3D printed some of these little caps or whatever you want to call them. You'll see when we're finished the whole idea of it. Now we're starting to cut the pieces, and you'll notice there's little dots. Those are going to get drilled out for screws to go into. It's going to be pretty neat. If you're not familiar with what a D20 dice is, it's a 20-sided dice. So we have 20 different national park logos here that we're working with. And we picked our favorite national parks and a few that we haven't been to that we would like to go to eventually, just to fill the spaces. And I think it's going to turn out really, really fun. It's definitely a neat idea. So I'll quit talking and let you enjoy the rest of the dice being printed. The dice is done, and it turned out beautiful. I think Pete did an amazing job in finding all the national park logos and then shrinking them down to fit the size needed. This looks so cool. Check that out. So we've got Yosemite, Death Valley, Canyonlands, Grand Tetons, the Grand Canyon, Glacier, Zion, Mesa Verde. What we did is we first went through the list of national parks and we picked out the ones that we had been to, like all of our favorites, to put on here. And then we picked ones that are not too far of a drive and put them on here as well. And we picked ones that we haven't been to yet that we want to go to. And that's what made us come up with the 20 needed for the D20 dice. So I think this is very, very pretty. And while we were making it and putting it together, we thought it'd be kind of cool to use it to choose our next adventure. So kind of like roll the dice and whatever it lands on, that's what we plan a trip around. So we've been looking at every time Pete travels for work, he earns different travel perk rewards. He's signed up for everything. So his company that he works for, their choice hotel is Marriott chains. So anything by Marriott they use. So he signed up for the Marriott rewards, and what you get is free to sign up. So if you travel a lot or you want to travel a lot, sign up for everything that you can because it pays off eventually. You earn so many points for every dollar you spend at the hotel, and that includes booking it, reservations, and his company pays for all of his travel, so it's nothing out of our pocket. So after so many stays, your status level goes up, and then you start earning even more points and getting faster free night rewards. Plus, we own the Marriott branded Visa card, so we earn even more rewards. Every time we use that card, we earn points for every dollar we charge on the card. Plus, if we use it to book the hotel, we get even more rewards. And then each year, the new rollover year, they give free perk night stays and upgrades and various things throughout the year. It's kind of awesome. So we've switched all of our Visa cards to the travel ones. So we have the Marriott chain Visa, and we also have the Alaska Airlines Visa, because it made more sense than the stupid piddly Capital One. Nothing against Capital One. I mean, I know some Capital One has good travel, like the Venture card or whatever, but whatever. This works for us. Speaking of Alaska Airlines, we do have a lot of air miles saved up again, even though we just used some earlier in the year to go to Vegas and San Francisco for a day. But yeah, just all the traveling Pete has to do for work, he's earned more air miles. Plus, we've signed up for the shopping so that anything that is associated on the Alaska shopping website, you earn air miles for every dollar you spend online at various places. Like Safeway is one of them. So we get Safeway delivery for our groceries every month, sometimes twice a month. And that has added up quite fast too, because we spend a couple $100 every time we buy groceries, and that's a lot of air miles eventually, and then Petco and so on and so forth. Anyway, so what I'm trying to say here is we have a lot of air miles, and Alaska Airlines, not only can you use the air miles to book air travel, you can use them towards hotels. So on their website, you have the option to pay for hotel reservations using air miles. So that comes in handy as well on things that are not a Marriott chain hotel, because there's not always a Marriott where you want to go. Especially like here in Oregon, they do not have any kind of a Marriott chain hotel at the Oregon coast, which is a big bummer. So we would switch and use the Alaska Airlines hotel to book a stay instead and use one of those hotels. So, and we also have car rewards, car rental through National. And every time you rent a car, you get a point or towards a free rental day, and we've earned several of those. And sometimes Pete has to also travel using American Airlines because Alaska Airlines doesn't always go to the destinations where he needs to go. And American Airlines also has the option of using air miles for booking like car rentals as well. So that could come in handy for a road trip as well. So what I'm saying is we could easily roll the dice and go to any one of these national parks and use all of these perks to pay for a big chunk of it, if not most of it. So I think it'd be a lot of fun. Give this a little roll, see what it lands on, and that national park will be what we plan our next road trip adventure around. I think that'd be fun. What do you think? Shall we do it? Yeah? Okay, let's roll the dice. Okay, here we go. It landed on Rocky Mountain. Look at that. Can you see that? Rocky Mountain. I'm so excited. Oh my God, I couldn't have planned that better if I tried. First roll, I swear I didn't set it up to land on that at all. Rocky Mountain has been on my bucket list for years now. Colorado. So, gosh dang it, I'm stupid excited. I'm going to sit down with Pete. We're going to go through all of our perks, rewards, add them up, figure out what we can do. And we are going to sit with Google Map open and figure out a plan on the map, how we want to get there and back. And we're going to plan a trip to the Rocky Mountain National Park in Colorado. Obviously, we're going to stop and see things along the way because there's several states before we get to Colorado. So we live in Oregon. We'll be going through Idaho and probably Wyoming to get to Colorado. I have been to Colorado before, but the other end of Colorado. I've been to Mesa Verde and the Four Corners Monument, which is at the bottom of Colorado. So this will be my first time going to the top of Colorado. I'm so happy and excited. There's so many things between here and there that I would like to see along the way. So I think we'll start the planning now as soon as I end this video, and we'll make a week of it and just see a lot of sites along the way. Obviously, some of the sites we would see would be things we've already done before, but who cares? Part of the adventure is just reliving some of those and seeing some of the stuff that we missed when we were there last. So, oh my gosh, this is going to be so much fun. So we're going to start the planning, and stay tuned for some road trip adventures, I guess, right? Oh my God, this is going to be so much fun. Yes, Rocky Mountain, here we come.